Rob Grimes with the IFBTA, and today I'm really pleased to share a microphone with OneSource, one of our newest industry supporter members. And with us is actually somebody that I've known for a while, which I don't get to do all the time, John Young, who's the Director of IT and Security at OneSource. And you were previously a customer.
I was. Rob, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fine. And as far as the company is concerned, you have a number of different growth areas. You can stay focused on the industries you're in. You can add geographies. I don't know if North America counts Canada or not, but you can certainly add geographies, and you could also add new vertical industries. So are you able to share any of the growth plans for OneSource with us?
I would say that, so today we service North America. We have field services, and again, those are on-site technicians that are available, both US and Canada based. Our growth, where we're seeing the market trend now, is really where you are a partner to that C-level executive. Again, I'm talking directly to the CTO or CIO that's just incoming, that has less than 12 months into that seat. They're not exactly sure if they have an environment that they're extremely confident on in security posture. They're not really sure where they are infrastructure. They're trying to look for ways to partner with someone to help them control costs, to help them add to their execution. And so we're seeing that, again, offload to the advisory services in that partnership. And again, that's where a lot of our strategic planning comes in. I'm seeing that as a big value add, but I'm also just seeing it as just a big trend that,
some people may come to you as a referral because they have a problem, and some people don't know the problem, but they come to you because they have industry expertise to be that advisor.
It can be
so either way.
It can be both proactive or reactive. It can be proactive in that word of mouth to say that, hey, I know the CTO, I know the CIO, you did a major large scale network upgrade. What can you do for me? It can be reactive if we're looking at security. Someone's hit by ransomware, and we've kind of helped them through that process. And now they're looking at managed services or advisory services on how do I bolster my security posture? How do I make sure I don't fall in that hole again? So it's both proactive and reactive. And again, you don't have to go through a multi-stack approach of managed service providers to get that.
The interesting thing is, I was just sort of thinking about this and asking you the question about growth in industries is, the IFBTA itself, focuses on partnerships with other industries that really have the same issues. And so you have retail in your portfolio. We've been focused on the C-store industry. We've been focused on the retail industry. And recently we announced, and I didn't see this on your website and portfolio, but the hotel industry. And hotels have food service. And so I actually think that some of the food service operations are going to pull those providers like yourself in the hotels. But at the same time, it just seems that food service as a core ends up being in many places. And that gives a lot of growth, for you guys as a company to extend those services.
I think it does. I think food service, again, historically looking at it, it was food service and quick service restaurants and food concepts in their own space. And you started to see transitions to grocery looking at food concepts. When we started convenience, when I was at Circle K, we looked at, expanding food service offerings. Now, as you spoke about it, hospitality. So again, I think that still lends within our wheelhouse where you have, again, high location counts, kind of multi-distributed across, whether you're just the US or region. I think we're looking forward to seeing how food and beverage kind of bleeds into other industries, because I think for us that, again, it still hits our sweet spot.
Well, then that leaves me open to asking you the question of why did you decide to join the IFBTA? Because we also think similarly, but you obviously have your own reasons for joining and wanting to participate with us at a higher key level.
Sure. I think there's just some natural synergies with IFBTA and OneSource. And to be honest, it's going to sound a little salesman-y, but I think there's a higher purpose that you and I serve in the food and beverage industry. I think that for a long time, a lot of the restaurants and food and beverage have been taken advantage of. And I think what we like to set ourselves apart is to be the example that people go to for value, from an execution delivery, someone that they can trust. It's kind of like the white knight of the industry. So I think that both IFBTA and OneSource, we serve a higher purpose in that, and that's what we hope to accomplish. I think we're doing it well with our customers. I think that with every new customer we onboard, that's one more that we feel comfortable that they're going to be better served versus kind of being out there in this tumultuous environment of what provider that
Well, it's a lot of opportunity globally for everyone. And I had somebody at one point who said everyone eats, right? And that's true, and so it makes it a great industry. And I think that OneSource, especially when a company can take somebody who comes in from the industry, comes from a customer, by the way, that says a lot for the company that they go to work for. But it also talks about the approach and investment that OneSource is making on making sure that the food and beverage industry understands that it is focused on them and it understands, even though I did get from our earlier conversation, you're doing more than one industry, but I get that. But I do like the idea of the higher purpose because everyone eats. So,
I like it. And it's, again, for us, it's an exciting time. Just the quick service restaurant and food concepts have changed so much in the past 5 years. It's very dynamic. So keep us on our toes for what services that they're expecting. But again, also, as you and I spoke about, just the amount of technology being connected through these hubs, fantastic opportunity for us to make sure that we're serving our customers in the way that they want. So we enjoy it.
Well, I think you've summed it up well. We both want to serve the customers the way they need. There's tremendous opportunity out there, upside, and a purpose to what we do, marrying technology with the food and beverage industry. So it's been a pleasure to have you on board with us today. And again, John Young, the Director of IT and the Security at OneSource, who was previously a customer, and OneSource is the IFBTA's newest industry supporter member. So welcome and thank you for having this chat with me today.
Thank you. We are very proud of our partnership with IFBTA. Again, very, very excited. And thank you for having me. It was great just to talk about just where the industry is going, how we're supporting it, and how we're positioned for it. So exciting to talk to you today.